Hi there, guys, and welcome to the Chronicles! Gamers, this is a podcast where we love to explain our love-hate relationship with video games. And I, of course, am your host with the most evocation there. Yeah. And then hold on. And then we got the Tedator in the building who's on the right-hand side over here. With the Matrix background and everything, holy crap!
The red pill or the blue pill today?
I don't know.
We're going down the rabbit hole today.
I guess we definitely are. And then, of course, at the bottom we have NintenDoc. He's here.
Man, what's up, dog? Did anybody see rabbit hole?
Yeah. Extra funny today.
What can I say? I aim to please.
I hope so, man. Yo, okay, let's turn this down. And ladies and gentlemen, I think the last time I did a stream of the podcast, it was like the one time, many years ago, many eons ago.
Gonna go far away.
Yo, so we are officially here. This is the new. I guess what do I want to call this? Like, I would like to say this is I want to make this more of a consistent thing, so hopefully I can have you guys on, but I know most people are busy. Yo, thank you, Waffles fan, for the cheers and even stopping by, you know. The whole point of the live stream is so you guys can chat with us while we talk about the discussions. So welcome first and foremost to the podcast if you're brand new. Wait, did I change? No, I did not change anything. So we are literally still stuck on the Resident Evil. I forgot to change the talk.
That's okay. That makes it more organic and more real. Because you do have a different air about you now, Fu. So you're kind of a little more hyped. You're a little nervous. You're kind of excited for this. It kind of adds a little. It's pumping me up, bro. So hey, just roll with it, man. That's live production. That's live production in the house. You got to throw a curveball every once in a while.
Well, okay, fuck it.
Stuff's gonna break, and it's funny.
I can't. Well, actually, we're doing pretty well. It's amazing. It's amazing that I have not messed up anything audio wise. Knock on wood, of course. But the only thing I messed up is just.
Oh, I'll fix that.
No, stop. So let me update the title real quick. But anyways, guys, welcome to episode 107. This is a podcast where we love to explain our love-hate relationship with video games. And, of course, we are here today to discuss our love-hate relationship with said video games. So the question is, who wants to go first about talking about that said love-hate relationship? Because I got some shit to say, and I got some shit to say on a certain issue that has popped up recently besides all the other shit that's popped up recently. So who wants to tag?
You're the man. You're the host. This is your first live stream. Why don't you get us kicked off, dude? We're going to defer to you. Do I speak for you as well, Doc? Letting my man get us going?
He is the man, so yeah.
I say so too.
I concur. I second that motion.
Oh, you concur? So you want me to tag in? All right, so I'm tagging in, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you're leading him, bro.
So,
you're leading him.
Motherfuckers, first and foremost, I legit want to talk about, and yes, there's going to be quite a bit of cursing, so, you know, just deal with it. That's just how the
Just put the mature click on the dealio. Make sure you put the categories just chatting, and let's roll, bruh.
Already did.
Yep.
So pretty much, I am here to motherfucking talk about, and I am pissed as fuck to talk about this. Yo, this $70 price point for video games. I know there's other shit, but I feel like this goes into like somewhat of the whole issue of the gaming industry. But this $70 price point, man. Okay, so we're hearing the NBA 2K1. First of all, 2K Studios. Fuck 2K in general. They make horrible games. They've always have for quite some, well, except for the Dreamcast era. They did a fantastic job there. You know, it was actually pretty nice to play. But it was okay nice. It wasn't as good as Madden, of course, but, you know. Okay, calm down. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Yeah, just shut your mouth on it. All right, there you go. Okay. So, one of the things I'm actually really frustrated about is the fact that on the table now, with the next-gen consoles about to come out, we are hearing about this $70, price point that they want to do for games, and it's basically because, quote-unquote, games are more expensive, and the fact that, games are like very difficult to make and other bullshit that they're trying to attach to this thing. And my defense to the whole $70 issue and why I'm really kind of upset by it is the simplistic fact of, first and foremost, how many fucking articles have we read recently where we are now hearing from publishers saying they don't know how long games should be made. And at the same time, we keep hearing about how, like, especially like the Ubisoft issue where, like, if games are being made in development, there's always issues, and like shit gets pulled back, and then everything has to get redone and reused and all that stuff. So that goes into like extra costs and extra money, and then that also wastes time. And it just kind of seems like this. And then we're also finding out that a lot of the developers, quote unquote, because like, oh, they kind of need it for the money because studios aren't making enough money, and it kind of just seems like a lot of this money issue, like the $70 issue, is really just for the fact that they just want to just make more money for doing less work, especially with the microtransactions. Because if you look at NBA 2K, especially 2K21 that's coming out, it's still got the digital Super Omega Deluxe Gold Edition version 2021, where you can like buy it for $100-something, and they'll give you like 500,000 credits, maybe give you like 14 new haircuts for free, quote unquote. It just seems like a lot of this shit
I could use that haircut, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I definitely need the haircut too. That's why I feel like 2K might overcharge me. It just seems like this whole $70 issue is just not warrant because, first and foremost, like, I don't feel like games itself are even worth that much money. I don't even feel like a lot of games right now are worth $60 due to the content that's in it. There's gonna be microtransactions in this shit. I mean, if we're going to increase the price, what are we getting for our money if it were to go higher? And even if and do you really need that high of a price point? Because I feel like there's just issues with the company itself on how they manage their money. And I get the fact that they're investors, and investors want to be able to dictate and control the game because it is their money. But at the same time, it's like, bro, if you're going to really push us on that $70 price point, like, what are we really getting from it? And at the same time, like, these companies were able to survive back in the day, and they were charging at least $80 to $90 for games. So, like, what the fuck? Like, nah.
Doc, you want to start off? Because I have some feelings.
I mean, I get the frustration. I definitely get the frustration. When you say $70, you're saying $70 US. Right now, games here in Canada are $79.99. So that means that's going to bump me up here in Canada to like $89.99.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, my main argument with that is, physical games. I understand physical games being priced out a little bit more. There are more costs involved with putting out a physical copy of a game. It's just, there's more moving parts. There's something physical being produced alongside the game that's being developed. Okay. My argument or my issue is, will a digital copy of the same game be sold for less? Because right now, first-party games, like first-party Nintendo games, because that's kind of where that's my wheelhouse. A first-party copy of a Nintendo game is digitally, it goes or sells for the same price as the physical copy, and that to me, yes, okay, maybe the publisher or whoever the developer is getting a little bit more money at the end of the day, but what about the consumer? The consumer is the one, buying the game. If it wasn't for the consumer, the game wouldn't be developed, and vice versa. But I understand at the end of the day, costs go up. But I mean, to me, there has to be some kind of incentive or some kind of extra bang for your buck. And I think that's where the issue comes in. At the end of the day, they're producing these games. They're producing these games on I guess larger media because it will take up more media, or at the end of the day, I mean, you're downloading these larger files, right? So I mean, you're punishing the consumer, well, quote unquote punishing the consumer. I mean, you can argue it both ways. I just, at the end of the day, what am I getting more, or like, I want to maximize my dollar, right? So what am I getting? What am I getting for that extra, 10%, 20%, 30%? That's my question. And until they're able to, explain what I'm getting for that extra markup, I have a hard time justifying until I know exactly what I'm getting. That's my knee-jerk reaction or gut feeling, but alas, I shall pass the torch.
Tedator. Oh,
Here
snap. Yo, he's ready, man. Oh, snap.
There we go.
I'm ready. He's snapping his fingers.
This is only because this is your podcast and the style, but y'all motherfuckers crazy. You guys are so wrong. You guys are the reason. You guys are what's wrong with the gaming industry.
Yo, thank you so much. Hold on. Yo, thank you. I'm glad I'm what's so wrong with the fucking gaming industry. You want to know why? Because the gaming industry don't tell me shit.
Wrong.
Thank you.
I'm gonna lay it down.
Yo, I'm ready. Let's go, bro. That's why you're on here.
Number one, Doc Plumnet pulling the physical digital media thing. Throw that out the window.
Nah, I actually keep that.
Fact of the matter
Bring that back.
It's been 15 years. It's been 15 years since there's been a price increase in the gaming industry.
Correct.
What other industry would ever survive without increasing prices? What other industry?
Music industry.
None.
Movie industry.
None. Zero. You go to 15 years ago, you go to a movie for $5. Now in LA, it's $22.
Where are you going?
A meal, $5 footlongs. That was crazy. There's no such thing as a $5 footlong anymore. Why? Because Subway's like, this is stupid.
Wait,
right?
hold on. That's back though. But all right.
No, it's not. You get a half a sub. You don't get a foot. It's a $5 footlong. It's $6.99 in California. Well, my point is, inflation is a thing. Price increases are the thing. The cost of development is a thing.
Correct.
Games cost a lot of money to develop. They're bringing on more people. People want more quality. And there's people like you. Like, I want more bang for my buck. I want more bang for my buck. Yet you guys, Doc, what is your specialization of law that you do? Labor law, right? What is the most rampant, raped, just ruined industry? One of the most as far as labor, the gaming industry. Crunch. You do a game, you fire the staff. You crunch, you destroy them. Yet we want them to work hard for a margin that's getting less and less and less and less. Game development costs are going up because consumer wants more. They want games faster. They want things quicker. They want things better. They want things bigger. Yet we expect them to do it in the same small budget. That doesn't make any sense. A $10 increase. Yeah, but and Doc, you're young too, so you probably don't remember. Games used to cost $80 and $90. Genesis games were $90. They went down to $50 for a little while. There was about a good 6, 7, 8 year period from 97 to
because we changed from
95 to 2000 to 10. No. Listen, 95 to 97ish in that range. So about 2001, 2002. That's when games went to that $50 pricing. There was no digital then. It was all still CDs and cartridges, straight up. So there's nothing around. So having and then the price went to 60. The only thing that makes this bad and that makes this kind of look weird is the fact that it's 2K coming out doing that, the sports game. And it was EA. If it was any other company, if Sony just said, hey, next year our games, PS4 games are going to cost $70, everyone would be like, okay, that makes sense, new console, whatever. But it's EA and it looks bad. It was just a bad timing in EA and you like you said, if it was you hit the nail on the head. It's NBA 2K and just like FIFA, wrought with microtransactions. It just happened to be that. But any other, I am personally okay with the industry going to $70. I think that I know a lot of developers personally. I know a lot of people in the gaming industry who work on it, and I think having them compensated so it's less likely for studios
will
to
it go
crunch.
to them?
And so less likely. Yes, it will. But it does, because you know why? No, listen. Do you know why it will go to them? Even if they don't see $1, you know what they see? It's less likely for them to get crunched and fired from the big higher-ups because there's a larger margin to play with. So then it's not as justifiable to use to fire a whole staff as soon as you push a game, because you know what? Oh, we still hit our 15% margin here. Oh, instead of just barely squeaking by with 8%, right? Because you still have it. So it's less likely for you to cut a studio and cut down.
Or
people.
The shareholders see the more money coming in and they're demanding more and more and putting more pressure on the employee, and the employee is not taking a benefit.
That's causality. That's if. No, that's if. That's,
but that's not if. It's what we don't know, though. That's but
you're wrong. It's if.
Go ahead.
I know people in the gaming industry. And I understand how difficult it is for games to develop. I understand the cost of games to develop. So if regardless, if you have a larger margin in the company makes more money, they can do that. It doesn't matter if the developers see like a dime more from the actual sales, they still have a larger budget period, because even if they don't get the money from the sales, they still can justify when they do like a creative producer or a producer on a game project. When he sets the budget, he's setting the budget based on a price point. So when you set the game budget, you're setting it on the $60 price point. If you have an extra 8% to work with, an extra 15% to work with, an extra 30% to work with, that's huge when you set a budget, because then you can go to the shareholders, the stockholders, and say, hey, we need this extra 18%. And they're like, no, we'll give you 12. And then you're okay, I can work with that. It's still an extra 12%, which adds extra resources, extra time, extra developer cost. It spreads it out. And not only with that comes right now we're in the age, I think you mentioned it, Afuso, where it's like, hey, you get, I think games aren't always this games are small, but we have the most price range of games ever. We have games coming out for $20, we have games coming out for $30, we have games coming out for $40.
Correct.
There's no set standard for games. Now, of course, some caca poo-poo games come out for, that game should not be $40, right? Or whatever. But at the same time, there is a range of a wide range of games coming out. And so for me, like going from 60 to 70, I think it only makes sense. And if you have a problem with collecting and the physical part of it, I don't care, because I'm not looking at the actual thing. I'm looking at the games we get, because if you go to a movie theater, you pay $20 for a 2-hour experience, and you're going to complain that you spend $60 to put in 80 hours into a game, you are crazy. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. First and foremost, and I want to say this real fast, I definitely agree, but it depends. I have no problem paying $70 for a game, dependent on who's making the game and who's charging it. So that's why I brought up 2K, and that's why I brought up the microtransactions, because I don't feel like they have the right, or
that's a whole different can of worms.
Yes, that is a whole different can of worms.
But
that can of worms. But the thing about that can of worms is it now brings that discussion to the table of the $70 price point.
And that's why I brought it up. The only reason this is bad is because 2K started it.
And that's the only reason why I am discussing it, because it is 2K.
Right.
Which is what I said earlier in the thing.
No, I agree with that. No, I'm just saying if Sony comes out and everyone in Microsoft says, hey, next generation consoles, and starting here, it's start charging $70 for the base and then $80 for like the special edition instead of $60 and $70, I'm okay with that in the next generation. Now, do I want to pay more for anything? No. But do I understand that prices go up? Yeah. Like, yeah, it's just, that's life. Like prices, inflation is a thing. Like, it's just, that's business, that's life, that's economy. That's what happens. So the fact that we've had 15 years of stagnation is absolutely amazing. This should have happened a good 8 years ago, honestly. But a game that is a microtransaction game is kind of rough. But the only reason I'm okay with it inside of 2K is because you get the full base game. They're not gating it behind it. If it was a free-to-play game or like one of those type of games where they gated it behind stuff, they charge you $70 and you still had to like pay to unlock, then we got a problem. But if you buy the game, you still have the whole game. Still got the whole game. You want the extra editions, you want some points to help with your super team and blah blah blah. Sure, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, if the next, I don't know, Uncharted 5 comes out and it's $70, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's $70. It's new consoles. It's what it is.
Okay, hold on. All right.
I think Game Pass has it right.
I think Game Pass has it right too. But I still want to go on to the. So you were talking about it earlier, Tedator, when you mentioned the fact that with the increase of money that can go into like more, development and all that stuff. And I feel like that shouldn't be on us. That should be on the company. Because this is like sounding like the whole, when you go out to eat with the server thing. And then it's just like, well, you should tip your server if you go out there. Like
you shouldn't. You should tip them as much as they.
As much as you're getting bang for your buck.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that. Well, we don't get the whole tipping thing. I think you should tip just in general, but like
I agree.
a tip is extra. Your job is to take my order, give me my food, don't fuck it up. If you do that, you don't get a tip. If you're friendly, you're helpful, you're there, you give suggestions, and you go above and beyond, you get a tip. To me, that's how I've usually always taken it.
Okay,
and that's how it is and everything. So,
but that's how I see
the same.
But how I see it is, you want that $70 price point. You want to be able to ask for that little bit of extra money. Well, then you got to not have microtransactions. You got to not sneak in any bullshit or
sneaking.
Like, to me, you have to be valid, or at least give me a reason why I should give you $70. Yes, for Sony, I have no problem. Like, if God of War 2 were to come out right now and they said that game is $70, I could say yes. I could justify that.
Why?
Because the studio won't extra charge me. Like, I could buy this game and I know I can get a complete game.
But in 2K, you don't have to buy the microtransaction. I just said you get the
you
full
do
game.
have to buy the microtransactions because the grind
don't.
is so
Only
fucking
really
ridiculous.
Only if you want to do the extra
I
editions
played
like
2K. That game is fucking hard as hell if you don't spend $1 or more.
Online?
Yes. Not for a long period of time. Like, yes.
If you want to play the game, if you want to do secret mode, if you want to play what the game has to offer as a single player experience, it is fully functional and fully fleshed out. If you want to engage in the online ecosystem where other people are paying to win, then you pay to win. That's life.
But that's the main reason why most people buy games, in order to play with their friends, in order to compete.
I play games to play. Like,
yeah, but there's a variety of gamers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But that's the problem, though.
Mostly evenly to everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly. And exactly. So you can't just say like, "Oh, take microtransactions because you want to engage in my." But I want to play. I just want to play basketball games with my friends on the couch. I don't want to deal with that. But it should at least
give you the option to earn it instead of having to pay for it to unlock. I think that's what Afus is trying to get at.
But there's nothing you have to pay to unlock. Right? But
there is stuff that you have to pay to unlock because of the grind, and the time is just so fucking ridiculous. Like, I can understand why people get so pissed. Like, I understand why people get so pissed when they play 2K. I understand why people get so pissed when they play FIFA, because you see the amount of work that you have to. You should not have to work in order to play a video game unless you're trying to get esports and you're actually trying to get money. Like, if you're trying to make a living off of 2K, that's one thing. But if you're just trying to play 2K online, you should not have to grind just to have a decent character to play online against other people that are going to drop an extra $100 or $200 just to get some good shit. That is bullshit.
Okay. Hey, how about this? You want to have a big stream and like be a big streamer or be a big person, like, Doc, you want to be a lawyer and go to school and right, but do you have to put money into advertising and to streaming techniques, or do you have to help, you have to buy suits, Doc, to look good, so you look on par with your right? It's
Yes, but not at this current time.
No, but there's a distinction there, Ted.
Yes.
What's the distinction?
I don't apply to law school, give them $100,000, and they
No, I didn't say law school. I didn't say law school. I said lawyer. As a lawyer. No, competing as a professional. No, get out of law school. No, law school. As a lawyer.
No, but we're not in the professional realm. We're not in the professional realm. We're in the gaming realm.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because
you don't.
Because there's
a huge distinction to be made.
There's not a huge distinction. There's not a huge distinction because it's your choice. Your choice is to become a lawyer. You chose that. Yeah. Did you not?
Yes,
Did you not choose that? You're choosing to be a podcaster and streamer and all this stuff, right?
Yes, of course.
Whatever you choose, we live in a free society. So if people choose to spend money, and you don't know that people online aren't practicing to be professional esporters, you don't know that.
Okay.
So how do you know that? So if you're going in the realm, if I want to go in the realm and compete to be a lawyer with I have to go to law school and everything. If I want to just jump in, I have to compete. I have to set myself aside. And if people pay more, that's how it is. They choose to do that. You can choose to do that.
The equivalent to what you're saying is like paying to become a judge. That's basically.
No, I'm saying if I went to law school. No, I'm saying once you are a professional, once you're in it.
Exactly. You need to be a lawyer for 10 years to be a judge. So it's like paying to then to fast track your way to become a judge. It's like paying to fast track your 10 years to become a judge. So that's what I see the equivalent.
So I see the
You
equivalent.
need to be a lawyer for
kinda
10 years
similar.
to be a judge. So the equivalent to microtransactions is like here's an extra 100,000.
You're taking lawyer and you're moving lawyer from lawyer to judge. No,
Well,
lawyer
you're
to lawyer.
saying once you're a
Successful lawyer to
professional. No, but you're
successful
saying
lawyer.
once you're a professional.
A lawyer. I'm saying lawyers
Well,
on
being
lawyers.
being a player and then being a professional player online. It's the same thing.
You're
There's
still a
that
player,
hierarchy,
though.
right?
You're still a player. You're still a player.
Exactly, and you're still technically a lawyer. You're still technically
No,
paying your
no,
dues to
no.
the law
Okay.
side.
But
You use the lawyer analogy. I'm just going.
You always change the argument. You're off. You're off.
No,
Lawyer,
I'm
lawyer.
really not. I'm using your analogy.
No, you're not.
No,
You're not.
I
A
really
lawyer
am.
and a judge aren't the same thing. Do they have the same job? No. I'm due to be successful as a lawyer. For another lawyer, you have to put yourself apart. If you had your own firm, you didn't advertise, you didn't market, you didn't wear the suit, you didn't do anything, you are not going to be successful. Period. If you didn't put money into it, you're not going to be as successful as the person who puts in 40 G's. But
I don't know why we're comparing being a lawyer to playing a $70 game online with your friends. It shouldn't be that difficult to play online with your friends. And I think that's the
It's not playing online with your friends. You can play online with your friends. Afusa wants to play competitively online.
No. I want to play online with my friends, but at the same time, we are all still competitive people. That's just in our nature. And you still have to pay for that.
It should be based on skill.
It doesn't.
But they control the grind. We should not have to pay for something that they control. You could give us the option. Like, I have no problem with paying for cosmetics. I have no problem with that. I should not have to pay to just be able to play. Like if I play this game for X amount of hours versus another person who only plays for half that time, but he could skip that grind for spending $200 and be 10 or 20 or 50 levels ahead of me, and I'm doing double the work than he is. I think that's bullshit. Like I should not have to pay extra for me putting in work or playing in a game that I enjoy and like. Like, there are people that I know that love 2K, and they love playing 2K online, and they really put in the work, and they're really fucking good, but they hate the fact that they could play for 10 hours, practice all this shit, go ahead and play, and then some random motherfucker who just drops an extra $300 and something and puts in maybe an hour or two of just actually playing, just body the shit out of them. Like, that's bullshit. Like, that is legit bullshit. And 2K does it. FIFA does it. And Madden does it. Like, this is ridiculous. And now they have the right to say, we want $70? No, bitch, you don't have the right to ask for $70 when you're going to put in extra microtransactions and bullshit in the damn game. Like, no, that is fucking ridiculous. And then the fact that you still have to pay extra shit just to customize your character when you used to be able to just play the fucking game and it was an easy unlock. Get the fuck out of here. And you want to ask for 70? Like, that's the wrong company to be asking for that shit.
2K. Like, it was free on PS Plus this month. I downloaded it.
I didn't even touch that fucker. No.
I got it and I played it, and you could still play a basketball game nice with the base stats, and it was fun.
Yes, if you were playing with CPU and you were playing,
or if I'm playing against a friend, like on my friends list, it's still fine. But if I want to compete online, that is online.
Even playing against your friend, you're gonna want to get better so you can face them again and beat them. Like, that's just how it is.
Exactly, but if your friend's paying. What if your friend's grinding for 10 hours a day? You don't have that time, and he gets better than you because he has better players. Does he deserve to beat you?
Yes, because he put in the work.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're playing with a rando, like that's the point. Like, you can't control other people and what they do. And so, like, telling 2K to say, like, hey, you know me, I'm against microtransactions and garbage as far as it is. But you can play NBA 2K as it stands. The microtransactions are if you want to be Mr. Clash of Clans online and, you know what I mean, and pay to win.
All right. Well, then by that gray line, the gray magical line of the gaming industry that manages to not step over and be like, oh, we didn't do anything technically wrong. I didn't put this magical gun to your head and say you don't have to do it, but if you want the option, you can't. Like, yes, technically.
I think it's trash. I think it's trash, but it's playable. Like what Star Wars did, what Forza before did was bad, where you literally could not play the game without engaging with that stuff, where you had to pay to win. Like, that was absolute trash. You know, like you have the game. It's like, oh yeah, to unlock this, buy tokens. Like, what? Oh, you want new characters? Buy them. So they basically shipped you a $60 game that was half baked and locked behind stuff. That is garbage. Like that is garbage. But if they ship you a full game, and here is a game, and you can do all the stuff, engage with it, and people choose to engage online with it like that, I am not happy about it, but I choose not to engage with that. See, I won't buy that game. That's just me.
Technically, okay.
Like,
go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
We
Doc.
can debate until we're blue in the face, but I think the underlying point is these microtransactions aren't going to go away. They are they are an extra revenue stream for these developers, for these companies. It's not something that's going to go away. I think the important part is, as gamers, we obviously vote with our wallets, right? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, as long as these microtransactions don't give one player over another a super unfair advantage,
I agree.
I think that's the important part. They have to be within a certain within a certain threshold. Like you can't drop $200 and like be completely unbeatable, because I think that totally defeats the point. Totally. Like if you want to give yourself a slight edge to like bring yourself up to the level of somebody that's been grinding for 80, 90, 100, 200 hours to kind of bring you up to
be
par.
Competitive at least.
Yeah, but to allow
to surpass and erase the grind, that makes it whack.
Exactly. But I mean to give you like carte blanche to be the warrior of all warriors, I think that's
I think pay to win is garbage. Problem. Period. I think pay to win is garbage, and
I think we could all agree on that.
If you've engaged in 2K probably more than I have, so you would know the extent.
And I've never.
But not as much as I have
of the garbage that there is in it. That's what I'm saying. You would know better than I, even though I've engaged with 2K enough, mostly 2K19 more than 20. I didn't mess with 20 barely, but 2K19 I played a decent amount and. It was in there. Hey, we all know FIFA is just prints money. Like we all know that. That's just, and it is just rotten with that stuff. And they're no holds barred about it. They don't care. But I totally agree with Doc, and so you can probably speak better on the 2K, so on the EA. So I think maybe I am. You both have swayed me to the side of. I think I stick to my original point of since it's 2K and EA coming out saying the $70, it looks like trash.
Correct.
It's stupid because it's them. Period. Like that's just straight up. And then so on a separate issue, general as the industry moves to $70, I'm okay in general. Like the industry moves, but I don't think 2K should have been the first people to say that.
And that's kind of but I'm glad that they were the first, because I feel like this is a discussion that we really need to have, and we need to make clear lines. Yes.
Yeah. Like, and now actually have the shittiest company came out that would come out later, be like, well, why is 2K doing it? Well, now they're the first. Now it can be in the limelight, I guess.
But for me, I feel like 2K, Activision, Ubisoft, I don't think these are the companies that could drop a $70 game. Like, to me, I would not support that. Like, if it was like CD Projekt Red, pick a PlayStation Studio.
Games and stuff like that, like that's 60, 70-hour games. All the content in there, the amount of times, the 500-person.
Yeah, but a lot of that stuff is the same repetitive, fucking grindy, dumbass shit.
Bro, have you ever made a video game? Like, you know how difficult that shit is to do?
Yeah, okay, but look, I would be happy if you could just make, like, meaningful side missions and a decent main mission and do it for half or even 70%. Like, I could play your game for like 10 to 12 hours and I'd be okay. Like, I could do a Nier Automata or Nier itself, or fucking Drakengard or Drakengard 3, where I just replay the same game but get a different ending. I'm fine with that shit.
Now I'm going to say what Doc said, and then this is not from a bad standpoint, Doc, but he said then the people feel like they don't get their bang for their buck. If it's only 10 to 12 hours. People complain.
That's on. It's the same shit with Resident Evil 3, right? Resident Evil 3 Remake. I tell people I actually enjoyed that game. I enjoyed that game. I played the original Resident Evil 3, and I played the remake, and I said I liked the remake more. Yes, there are some parts of the remake that were, they could have put more in. They definitely could have put more in. I will never deny that. There definitely could have been a lot more that they could have put in. But with the game itself, Resident Evil 3 Remake, I still enjoyed myself to say this was an enjoyable $60 experience, and I replayed it again to do stuff, and I replayed it again to do stuff because I liked the challenge, and I just increased the difficulty, and I was okay with that. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts 3. Beat the game. I was like, hey, I like this enough. I'm going to replay it. Bam, replayed it. Replayed it again. I'm fine with those type of experiences. But that's me.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
No, you're up, Doc.
No, and just to go back to the point, the bang for the buck, and I feel like I need to clarify because it made sense in my head, but it might not make sense, generally speaking. When I say bang for my buck, I don't necessarily mean give me more for my money. I mean, give me a good game for my money. And I'm not saying that, new games that are being developed aren't, sorry?
Some people don't consider that they want more bang for your buck. That's literally what they want.
But then that goes to
that's why I wanted to make that distinction. Yeah. And that's why I want to make that distinction. Like, I don't mean more in the sense of give me 200 hours for the same amount of for $60. I'm saying give me something. And Gamer Composer alluded to this in the chat. I often find myself having more fun with indie games than I do with first.
Yes.
And
yes, I do.
And I mean, indie games. Yes, it's a smaller studios. Generally speaking, they're smaller studios. The games aren't as long, but I feel that I get more bang for my buck with an indie style game than I do with some first party titles. And to me, I think it comes down to give me a good story. Give me some kind of innovation. Don't just give me the same thing that everybody else is doing with like your own twist. Give me something new. Give me something fresh, even if it's shorter.
That's hard to
even
do.
If it's not.
You know why?
No, for sure.
It doesn't sell.
For sure, but these indie games are selling like hotcakes, right?
We're starting to get on the different topic because like me being someone who's actually been in the gaming industry, work with game developers. That's the thing.
Unfortunately, yes. Gamers are very picky. Yes,
yes, and then that's the problem. Is the point is that's the catch-22. As an indie studio, you can take great risks. You can pivot. You're very flexible. You can do whatever you want, right? And then, but your sales and your marketing is low. As larger studios, you don't have the ability to just take risks because your market is so huge. People see it, and
you have a fan base.
And you have a fan base. You just have a large thing. You have to generate revenue. You have a huge company. You have a lot of mouths to feed. You have to generate sales. So you're not as flexible. So you make a lot of money, but you're not as flexible into pivoting. Indie studios they can zig and zag, but they can't make sales. That is what makes the industry good. So you have to have indie titles doing the little flexible thing, doing the thing, and you have to have the AAA games doing the big things. And every once in a while, there'll be an indie game a big AAA title that comes out and just changes the way things are. Like Portal did it, and Half-Life did it, and like God of War came back and they revamped it, and they kind of came back with it, and just different things. They just changed the mold. Like, oh shit, that's cool. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, great. And Skyrim did it. It's just like, oh wow, that's what open world should be like, and all these games are doing. Like right now, Ghost of Tsushima, right?
Yes.
Fantastic game. Nothing new. Literally nothing new.
And that's my argument.
But it's amazing.
That's the issue for me.
I'm enjoying it. I love it.
No, for sure. Yeah. For sure. And there will be people that, like certain genres and will stick to the certain genres. But I'm that type of person that, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, but, whether I pick PlayStation 5 or I pick Xbox One, Xbox Series X, yes, there's going to be
X1, X Series, X4,
whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck it is. Yes, you're gonna have the console exclusives, but what's inherently different between one and the other? I don't see that much variation between the games on one versus the other. Like I personally don't see it, and not being. What
do you mean?
Okay, so what do you mean by variations? Because I
don't
like everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the battle royales. Everybody's doing open world games.
But that's that one.
That's the problem.
But
that's not right now.
That's the problem. No, but that's the problem for me. Not like, and I understand. I'm looking I'm looking at this through a very specific set of lenses, but I am not their traditional market, right? They already have their fan base. To
Who
me,
does?
your Xbox and your Sony already have their fan base, right? They already have the people that, regardless what they do, they are gonna adopt the next generation console. For me, I am the type of person that they're trying to convince to adopt their ecosystem, and for me, they aren't selling me, and that's just purely
But
me.
like
I'm
I
not
told you that before, you're the exact use case because you're only absorbing games from osmosis. You don't play all the new games. You skipped the whole console generation too, almost. You know what I mean? So
Wait,
it's
you
like,
haven't played anything?
No, he doesn't play
What do you mean?
newer games. Like he
Wait,
just
oh,
has it. He
I
doesn't
thought.
I have 56 physical games on the Switch.
Yeah, I mean,
56
the
physical
Switch
games.
doesn't count. That's still.
Oh my
PS3.
gosh, are we gonna get into this discussion? Oh my gosh. So we're not counting the Switch as a
Nintendo's
console?
the only one innovating, in my opinion.
Okay, well, but okay, here's devil's advocate. You like things innovating and something new, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you played games every time, you're not gonna like all the things that are new. So,
No.
So if 10 new things come out, you might like one or two of them. So it's like, what's the point of? So
But
yeah, like, I want something new, I want something new, I want something new, I want something new. But you like just the fact that it's new, even though you touch it for like an hour and you're like, okay, cool. I didn't like that.
Yeah, but
So,
it's not because I don't like it. It's because I don't have the time.
No, but I'm saying because like there's certain genres you don't like. Like you don't like Smash. You don't like. There's certain genres I don't like. I don't play fighting games. Period. I just don't like them anymore. Like
Yeah,
I like fighting games.
I respect them.
I like them.
I respect them. Like yeah, I know Fuso, you love it. I don't like fighting games. It's just my jam. I just not my deal. I do not like them, and that's okay. I don't like. I like RTS games. Not everyone likes real-time strategy games. That's like my favorite type of game. Like, who is going to be like, oh, let me play StarCraft and Age of Empires? People don't do that, but I do. Like, that's my thing. So it's like,
for sure.
I hate survival games. Fusa loves survival games, right? And so it's like, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, so there are certain things we like and don't like. So if every single company is doing something new every single time, you're only going to hit a small subset. So the problem is with AAA studios, they have to find the most wide-ranging thing that has all elements that gets it here and there, and then every once in a while farm out some indie stuff. So that's why the gaming industry works. You have the indie studios doing all the new stuff, that goods, and then the AAAs look at what the indie studios say, oh, that was cool. We'll take that piece and put it in our next game. That's how it works. That's right. And then you have once in a while those B games coming out, here and there, those kind of mid-tier like Nier Automata and all these kind of games that are kind of doing cool novel things that are kind of right in there, that B tier, the mid-tier games. But they've largely left about 10 years ago. Like the B game is gone. It's AAAs and indies. Like that's just what it is now, and it's just totally separated. And to me, I guess the whole point of this argument was the $70 price range was. I think it's okay for the next generation for $70 because I understand how much it costs for developers, and I want games to be able to innovate, to be able to keep a staff on for more than one game line, to not have people fired or have people, having sexual harassment, have money for diversity training, have all these different elements to happen. Because I know you're saying, well, will it go to them? Well, you know what? People see the books and everything. People are smart now, and now we understand it's 2020. Things happen. So if more money's going into studios, and as the people who are in studios right now are moving up, they will understand. And I'm putting my faith, hopefully, in the gaming industry that hey, if we make this move, it's going to be a better thing because we're going to get better products. We're not going to see it right away because it takes time to get back.
I honestly hope. I honestly hope.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
But you know what? 2K, go shove those microtransactions up your ass.
Yo, I love how we just talked about $70 for this thing, and it just brought open all this.
But that's what it is, because that's exactly the thing is because the gaming industry is so many layers deep. It's about preference. It's about physical versus digital. It's about console gaming versus PC gaming. It's about like the big studios and indie studios. It's about like sexual harassment, like the issues in the industry. It's about do we want to pay this and bad games and it's about every single thing. And so when people try to bring up one issue in the gaming industry and fixing everything, that's not how it works.
But
everything's connected.
So my issue with all of this is like everything is starting to get put into the same category because of it, and just like Doc said.
So
with
nothing get fixed, right? Everything's just blending.
And that's the things I hate. Like I missed like the PS2 and the Xbox era where you had the option of like making multiple A, B, whatever the fuck tier you want to call that shit. I don't really give a fuck.
Games,
like,
the mid-tier
games. I
yeah.
miss that shit. I would prefer that. Like, because to be honest, these studios keep talking about like, well, we have to do it because we don't have the ability. And I'm like, I feel like you guys really do have the option to make smaller games. Like, you don't need these like all these fucking teams. You don't need all this money. Like, you could literally just take, hey, you 10 people, you guys got an idea, right? You just want to make a quick game. We'll give you like this much of a budget. You want to just try and just do this? And
I can tell you right now,
like I miss those days.
Game, and it's hard.
It is.
It's difficult. I'm producing a game right now, and I've been working on it for not like a while, and it's not easy. And we're grinding, and we're doing it. It's tough, and it's a thing. And so when bigger studios have more mouths to feed, have people like review bombing, you have to look at a lot of stuff, and so I feel for them, and I only want the best. But it's just like.
But where are these execs? Are these execs going to take pay cuts?
Thank you. That's what, and then that goes into that discussion. Like it always seems like it's on us for something that it's really the company's fault for.
But how much are these execs getting paid? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but I mean everything should kind of be. Proportional to right?
Does Bobby Kotick really need an extra
it shouldn't all come down to the consumer.
Yes, of course, like Bobby Kotick and stuff. There are things like that. I mean, everyone knows that like those type of things where he didn't take his thing. Those are the gross things. But like
Andrew Wilson.
I think you guys are. I don't want to play the whole like you guys don't know card, but I'm going to. Like
that's fine. But you know what the craziest thing is?
Working up the gaming industry to be able to speak about how it works and.
Maybe we don't know about the gaming industry specifically, but I think it's translatable into other industries, right?
Thank you. That's the thing. Thank you, Doc.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. No,
well, then you know what the problem is? I get tired and I get frustrated and I get fucking pissed at how these damn game these news people and all these fucking people want to tell us the damn problems of what's going on in the fucking in these fucking companies, but then they don't want to tell us the full fucking story, and no one wants to stand the fuck up, but then you want us to like be like, hey man, can you just fucking support us? Yo, I'm down to support you. I'm down to help you. I'm willing to be there. Fucking tell me what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know. I don't work there. I'm willing to be with you, but you can't be like, yo, I need help. And then I come over here and I'm like, how can I, like, yo, what can I do to help you? And you're like, I don't know, man.
At the end of the
I'm
day,
hurt.
as long as you're accountable to shareholders, it'll never be perfect.
Yes, exactly. And that's the corporate part of it. Yeah, you're right, Doc. When it comes to corporate structure, you are right. The corporate structure is right, but within their corporate structure of gaming, it's just a totally different thing because you're working. You have so many contractors, so many different moving parts within the corporate thing. Plus, the gaming industry is one of the only industries where you ship a product, you fire the team. The fuck is that?
Like, but I don't see how them having more of a budget will have like if they have more of a budget, they're just going to keep the team on because they had more of a budget option.
Yes, because the reason why you cut is because there's nothing else to work on, or because you have to like trim the fat really quick because you're scared of the game sales, or the game doesn't do.
And they won't want to keep that and put that in their pockets versus keeping the team on.
Well, but saying the problem is there's less of a reason for them to do it now because the game costs more.
Money. There's millions of reasons for them to do it.
Listen.
Okay.
There's more reason because right now at a $60 price point, everybody understands the development cost. So if you're working in the studio, you know how much it costs to develop our game. Like we're the team of 200 people. We know how much it costs to develop the game and the margins, right? Now, if the margin is higher and then you fire the same amount of people, then it's like, yo, what the fuck? Then people have that ability to stand on, and then that becomes more of an egregious thing. And then now in 2020, people are more willing to speak out about that because it's more forward facing. Because you charge $70 for this game. Okay. And now you're saying our margins are less, even though we're saying that sold the same as the last one. People can do that math. People can understand that again, me as a producer, the producers go with the budget and be like, no, that's not how it works. You can't fire the team because we have this budget and it was set like this. So we have this moving players. What are you doing now? So there's a lot of more accountability. And that's what I'm saying. People in
where does it stop?
You know what? You know what? Hold on, Doc. Fine. I would just fine. I'd be okay if you would charge us $70. But if you're gonna do that, then you gotta let us know exactly what you're spending that money on. We gotta know.
Why? Like,
Why the fuck not?
If
If you're gonna justify paying this extra $70 to keep these people, and you're telling me with all that fucking money you got and all the tax cuts that you're fucking getting in general, you're telling me you guys don't have. You're telling me these companies ain't got enough money in 2020 to take care of X amount of people. Like Tedator, you're telling me they ain't got enough money. They don't have enough money to take care of all these people without justifying all the bullshit that they put in these games, and then they want an extra $10. Even if it is an extra $10, yo, give me a fucking reason.
Two things. Number one, when you go down to the deli and your sandwich has been $7.99 for 3 years, you go there, it's $8.99. Do you ask the student, hey, what are you spending that extra $1 on? Give me the breakdown. Are you asking?
No, because you want to know why? It's cool because I can justify because I like the sandwich.
I can go down to another deli, whereas the game studio is the only one producing that game.
There are play a different game.
And I'm down with that. That's why I'm talking shit about 2K. That's why I said I'm willing to. Anybody else, I'm cool with 70. That's why I said it. I said it day one, minute one. I'm cool with that.
You can't say that money is going specifically to the employees.
Yeah, but you don't know it's that. You don't know if it's going to the employees. You don't know.
Yeah, but now you're saying if.
No. So you're taking it wrong. You don't do that, Doc. That's not the point. You don't ask when you go to price. You just go, what the hell? Oh, okay, I want my sandwich, so sure. And you pay it because you don't ask the business exactly. You don't expect them to give it to you. The second thing is, if you do your due diligence, every AAA studio every 3 months has an earning call, and they post it online, and it's posted, and you can go access that data where it shows the full breakdown of their full, especially if they're public, every single itemized thing down that they spent over the last quarter. It's there.
But it won't show you how many employees they fired.
Yeah, it will. It'll come out because you know why? People go on Twitter and be like, "Oh yeah, EA or Blizzard just released 800 people," and it's out. So that's okay. But it will show you every single deal. So if you want to do your due diligence, you can do that. So if you want to be an intelligent consumer, you can find that data. If you want, you can.
You can. But I seem to have a hard time finding Activision.
Sorry. Go ahead, Ifusa.
No, I'm just saying I kind of have a hard time finding Activision's report.
Oh, I can find that right now. Like you can say, like you just type in, let's say, Activision's earning.
It's like 2K with EA. It's understandable. I get it. Not really, but
here we go. Right here.
You got it?
Earnings report. Activision got it right here. Boom.
All right. Damn, he found it for me.
So yeah, I have their earnings analysis. Well, I'm also logged into my my Charles Schwab, so I have access to that. So it's in a nice PDF form. But still, there's access. You can go to all the different things. Like here's their Activision's earnings report, and here's directly from Activision. Yeah, for their first earnings call for 2020, and they're projected.
I already saw it. I already know.
Yeah, so I mean, it shows you right there. That's just their earnings. But then if you want the first quarter detail, it'll break it down in a full ass PDF report. It's like 116 pages.
Well, my point is, I find it hard to believe that this extra money is going to somehow find its way to the workers.
But that's
the
not
large chunk of this money.
The point is not to get to pay the workers more necessarily. The point is to get to the development team to fuel further development, and then they do what they see fit with it. And if that goes to the workers, sure. If that goes to lowering cuts on this, if that goes to making more technology, if that goes to increasing the studio size, whatever. Just take it to make a better
increasing
what you do. No, because that's what you would do for business. You can't tell them how to run their business, how to spend the money. You can't tell them.
But I cannot support them.
No, but my thing is, if you only want to pay $10 for it to give it to the workers, that doesn't make sense. That's not business. That means that's no business common sense at all. So think that it has to go to the business as a whole to make a better product.
No, but the argument is that it's gonna trickle down to the employees at some point.
I never said that. I've never once said it go to. I said to the developer. The developer is the developing studio. The developer.
Okay, but there's employees, right?
No, the developer is the studio. That's not the employees. The developer is the studio. You don't understand the jargon. The developer is a studio. Okay. So Team 17, they are a producer. They produce the games. They publish the games. And then you have the developers. Like Naughty Dog is a developer. So it goes to the developer. It goes to Naughty Dog, the studio. So the developer, and they do whatever they want. They buy new systems. They buy new tech. They do new marketing.
Or get
they
new
have
employees and other
whatever
stuff.
they want. More
Yeah.
employees. They pay the employees more. Sure. Bigger pensions. Whatever
Okay,
they
but
do.
how is that going to stop them from firing employees at the end of the day? Which you did say. It'll allow them to keep employees
I never said
on
it.
longer.
I never said it would, because there's no causality. We can't. You can't say this equals this. You know that, Doc. You know I'm a scientist. You can't assign causality versus that. You can't assume. But what I'm saying is that now there's evidence for the fact that people nowadays, as a producer, as someone who works at the studio, because the studios themselves and the developers are beholden to who? Publishers. No, publishers. The publishers are EAs, the big fucks, the people and the shareholders. They are the ones smashing the studios. So the studios, they make the games. They have the love of the games. But the game producer, the head of the studios, they're the ones who set the budgets and go up the ladder to the producers, who then make the decisions, right? And their EA is like, you know what, cut that out of the game. We have the market. And they're like, no. So there's always a fight between the developers and the publisher, unless you're like Bethesda, who does both. Right? Or like a big one like that. So most of the time, the developers are under a publisher, a big publisher. That's what we know of Activision and Blizzard and Sony and all these publishers.
Right.
So you have different layers. So when you are a game studio, and if you understand that, hey, we're selling the game more, and you're setting a budget, and you go up to, hey, no, this is bullshit. You're not going to be able to do this for us. If you don't do this, you have the power as a studio and as a developer to say, no, we're not going to let you do it because we know your margins are higher. I submitted the budget for this. I know that's crap. You can't fire us. There's no excuse to be like, well, it's tight, because the developers, even at this time, understand how tight a budget is. They get it. It's very difficult right now. So you have to come on a budget. Like Last of Us budget is $100 and something million. Insane. Like Metal Gear Solid 5, $130 million budget. Are you kidding me? Like what? Like $130 million for a game. Like, it's insane. And yet, you want to have the margin. Like when you print a game goes gold, and you get it to a store, they're making what, 7% right now? That's how much like Target and Walmart make on games, like maybe 7%.
I know
like,
GameStop makes about 5.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, and you're gonna kill them for like, so like if they're making 5%, everyone's gonna try to they're taking a piece of their, making little pieces. So like selling games is so difficult. So you first thing you do is gonna trim the fat any way you can, as any business person does. So you trim the fat, and that's how it works. And unfortunately, the studios and the people take the biggest brunt of it, and that's the problem. Now it's trickling down to the consumer, right? Because we're getting shittier products, we're getting all these other things, and so I'm not saying money fixes all the problems. And of course, you're totally right. People are totally shady, and the big shareholders can steal all the money, and it can be dystopia. But I'm just saying that with a little breathing room, and now the 2020, everyone's standing up for stuff. I think hopefully that we have at least a little space for change, because now the people who are in our spots, we're gamers in the 80s, right? They're the people that are our age. They're late 20s, early 30s, early 40s, moving up, making those decisions, and pushing those older shareholders, the older publisher guys out, and be like, yo, what? Like, come on, like, get out of here. Like, you guys are just some like cigar guy, like, hey, more money. Like, that's how I think of the publisher guys. Like, just make it.
All right.
I don't know. I just hope.
Like I said, I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Too.
I just from what I've seen in other businesses. Obviously, I don't know the gaming industry as well as you do, but
Pat, you're right.
It is still a business. And sorry,
Pat, you're right though. Past experiences is 100% good to use as a predictor of future events, right? You can totally do that, and I'm right there with you of the garbage of the game industry. But I'm hoping that this at least leaves a little stress on that valve. I'm going to be hopeful, and if it doesn't, then hey, we as consumers be like, bitch, no, $60, we're not paying for that, and then we just roll. I haven't installed Blizzard on my computer in a year because they're just shitbags.
Then is that earnings report that you pulled up show how much the CEO makes by any chance?
Who? Oh, Blizzard. Bobby Kotick is the richest CEO in all of video games.
Yes, that's why I fucking mentioned his name.
Yeah, exactly. He's disgusting, and he's a shitbag, and he makes a lot of money, and he's not taking a pay cut. Even during COVID, he's like, oh, I guess I'll take a little bit of a pay cut. I'm like,
take
no.
the full amount.
I have no problem with people making money. The problem is, and I think that's what Afusa was alluding to. Why should it come down to the consumer paying more, where the CEO is making triple-digit $1 million salary at the end of the year, right?
Right.
You know, he only
And
made
that's why I
31.
said I don't
made
mind
31,
other
bro.
studios if they
True.
were to charge the 70 because I feel like they have a little bit more of their shit together and I feel like they can. But as I said though, you're right. I don't know much about the gaming industry, but in other areas where I do know, I just see the the correlation. I'm seeing the same thing that's going on with with let me rephrase the word developers, but the people making the games and then the people who are in charge of the games and trying to make a game. And I definitely see the butting heads between publishers and developers. I constantly see that. Lucky enough, like I follow Gamer Composer. I know this stuff. I've seen the back scenes. I talk to you about it sometimes. I'm getting more of an understanding behind it, but I'm getting
more
tired.
layers to the sandwich, but it's still a sandwich.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's where I'm like, see, I'm starting to see that because I can compare the two. I can compare my experiences to that because I'm like, I'm seeing the same thing, but in a different way. But you're right. I don't know everything about the gaming industry, and that's why I feel like, and no, but at the same time, it's just with everything I know and everything that's going on, I can only say that certain publishers, in my mind, do not have the right to ask $70 because of the shady shit that is going on behind there. That is what I said at the beginning. And I still feel that way, and nothing of that will change. But Doc is also right.
But you can't say nothing of that will change. Like that's because that's closed-minded thinking.
No,
you can't think that.
Nothing of that will change as of right now in this piece. Like we got to see what happens before and that's what I'm willing to do, and that's why we're having this discussion.
I totally agree with both of you guys as far as like the last year the Forbes, I just looked it up real quick. The Forbes top 100 overpaid CEOs list came out, and it's companies across the of America. Who was on there? Andrew Wilson, you know who the CEO of? EA, and Bobby Kotick, Blizzard. They were on the list, number 45 and number 36, right there. They made between them $31 and $45 million, and on estimate that's 300 to 1 overpayment that they need. They said they should only make about between 4 to 7 piece. Just compared to the earnings, compared to what all the fallout and stuff, and we all know that, right? We all know that, and so the problem with it comes, it's like we as consumers can only vote, like Doc said, with our wallets. Like we have to, and to get the companies out of there who, hey, change your ways. And if you're going to charge $70, we're okay with that. But you make sure you don't act like shitholes and freaking treat your workers bad, pump out garbage games to us, and just feed us microtransactions and expect us to pay for garbage. Like that is the thing. That is the thing. If, though, we have Sony's or first party games, they're coming out at 70, even Nintendo comes out with some $70 games. I'm okay with it because they have a track record, they're pushing it, and their game, if they keep that Nintendo seal of quality on it, and the games come out are still like polished and great, and they're supporting their workers. You don't hear about crunch too much in Nintendo. You don't hear about it in Sony. You hear about other stuff going on there, but that's another thing. That's starting to get rooted out. I'm okay with it, but it becomes a harder pill to swallow when it's the crappy companies. And I think that's a difficulty, separating the business from the emotional side, right? Of these two issues. Because right now,
it is very easy for me to
totally
do
fine. $70, I'm okay with. The way they want and the way they treat their workers and the way they're getting it and being crappy companies, that's what makes it a hard pill to swallow. And I think that's where I think we should not allow that.
I think that's what you're saying, but also in my defense, though, I feel like if the workers are able to relax more at the same time, then we can get more shit than the same, like NintenDoc said, the same fucking battle royale or the fucking same, like another Dark Souls within a Dark Souls within a Dark Souls,
Or you know what? I'm tired. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of roguelikes.
Yes.
I don't like. If I see another roguelike game right now, it's all about roguelikes and battle royales.
Like, when we go get a beat 'em up, can we get like 1,000 beat 'em up clones? I'll take that shit because
I mean, we had a little probably like 2 years ago. There was a beat 'em up renaissance, but like remember like 6 years ago, it was freaking MOBAs and open worlds. It was like I'm done. And like it's like 8 years ago, like MOBAs and open worlds. It's like, dude, we're done with those. And then we kind of moved away from open world games. Like, let's take a chill. and then the good ones came out, right? Some better ones came out, and then now we've had Ghost of Tsushima, which is just one of those, but it's a good one, but it's just one of those, But that's the industry, man. It just ebbs and flows, and it is like right now, everyone's trying to get on the wave and just riding that wave, and the doc is sitting there like, well, if I'm gonna buy this new console, like sell me, and I totally get where he's coming from. Sell if you want to sell more consoles, like find your consumer base, like figure it out.
Tedator, break it down for Waffles fan, because I think he's confused by roguelike.
Roguelike are games where roguelites are games where you do the game in loops or different sessions or different runs, so to speak. Yeah. So you go through a game like what's the game that I'm playing a bunch of right now on Switch? Dead Cells. Where you go through a game and you die, but your loot stays persistent, your experience stays persistent, and you go over and over and over until you get better and better and better. That's kind of a roguelike.
For the win.
Say it again.
The not the clone box, the port machine for the win.
Yeah, I'm playing it on Switch. The reason why, because I'm not going to sit down and play Dead Cells. I have Dead Cells on PC and PS4. I have both.
I haven't played it, but I was like, no.
It's a great game. It's so good, and it's perfect for the Switch. I can pick it up and put it down after like 2 runs and become good. But yeah, that's a rogue. Why can't I see your chat, dude? Your chat is not showing up for me. Weird.
I see it on my end.
You don't.
I have not been able to see your chat this whole time. I would have been interacting. Let me refresh.
You should be able to.
Yeah, I haven't. Let me see. Testing.
Yeah,
there you go. I see you now.
Yeah, but I don't see anyone else. Oh, there's Waffle. Now, weird. I just click refresh, and now there's the chat. Hey, Waffle, how's it going?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've literally spent an hour just talking about $70 games. I love it.
Yeah, I can spend another hour if you guys want.
No, but we're also talking about like the industry as a whole, because like I think we're all on the same vein about the industry, about how we don't like how it's treated, especially Doc coming from the labor practice law and having that like as a kind of passion that drives him. Like he has some feelings about it too, as well. And so for me, just as far as like almost like my philanthropic thoughts on just like let's just be better as use the gaming industry to further humanity. Yet the gaming industry can't even fix itself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so.
But then it also goes down to that fact of like the people in charge, then it depends on like how the studios are made, then it depends on how money is spent, and then it depends on us and our mentality behind it. Like,
and then the problem is too, like, the people up top, they get money and power, and then they abuse it, and we have all these sexual allegations and racist stuff, and then just all the stuff they're doing, just abuse. It's just like, can we get a break? Like, let's
no, because it's bad.
Let's not even talk about $70 games. Let's talk about how to just be a good human.
That's hard, because that's all dependent on somebody else's mentality. The definition of good and evil is just a person's point of view. Like that's literally all it is.
And the problem is too is again, I keep going back to what Doc says. Like he's right though. Like we vote for it with our wallets, and I've been really good about doing that. Like saying, like, I keep bringing back to my Blizzard thing, because I want to play the Blizzard games. I want to play them right now. I want to play Diablo. I want to play all these new games that I have from them. I want to play StarCraft. But I have made a conscious choice not to install or engage with any of their stuff since they're crap. And I'm not going to until they really show that they've changed around. And you know what? I was like, maybe in a year. They have done nothing for it. They've done nothing to change. They just got worse at anything. If you look at it, they haven't done anything to change it, except for some hollow, empty crap. And the problem is, us as consumers, is like, we've got to vote with our wallet, and we have like people like you, Doc, or like you, who said we're like, we can, but then when it comes down to it, though, like we're just a bunch of dumb sheep. Like we'll buy whatever. Like we keep feeding and eating the stuff they give us. Like I keep buying the shit that I don't want, or like whatever, and like you keep playing Kingdom Hearts, even though it sucks sometimes.
Hey, bro,
and
it's
Doc,
not that.
I'm saying Doc keeps collecting games, even though like
old games.
Yeah. But Switch, your Switch library is growing, even though some games are okay and you'll probably never play. But it's just like we keep doing this. Right? No, I'm saying, but we keep doing these things, right? My point is that we're the smart consumers, right? Quote. Yet we're still being like forced fed. Like, okay,
I'm not buying the Series X or the PS 4.579. I refuse.
This man
Right.
keeps saying that.
I will, but I'm not buying it in November. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either. But I will
your
say,
children will have that console before I do.
yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
guarantee.
but that's me. I'm enjoying my PS4 like right now. Like I didn't play it as much as the PS3, but like the last few games on it, like I just played the Final Fantasy VII remake, blew my mind, loved it. I played, but see that's the thing. These are the kind of games for me. I love third-person action games. I'm like having a good old time. But that's basically like my third-person action box. Like, hey, I got Uncharted on it. Woohoo! Hey, I got God of War. Woohoo! Hey, I got Spider-Man. Woohoo! It's like, hey, I got Final Fantasy VII remake.
I am playing Spider-Man,
I'm getting
nice.
like my favorite type of game, third-person action games. So I'm like, I'm happy on it. It's my third-person action box.
Just Cause. I'm playing Just Cause 3, but not on the PS4.
You're playing 3. Why aren't you playing 4?
Because I don't like 4.
Oh, is 4 bad? I'm 3 was cool. That came out in 2015, right? 2014.
Yeah.
Like that.
But yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with like Tedator because I love playing fighting games, and for the first time in the longest, I haven't played a fighting game in about, I don't know, a couple like 6-7 months because like as soon as we had stopped going to like tournaments and stuff like that and casuals, like yo, the online fucking sucks, man. And it's like I love playing Street Fighter, I love playing the King of Fighters 14, like but the online is fucking horrible for both games, and you have to get a good PC, and that's
Dragon Ball Fighters for a little bit.
Yeah,
too, right?
I can't even play that because the online fucking sucks, man. And then they keep saying like, yo, well, it's a little bit better on PC, and I'm like, bro, I don't want a little bit better, I want better. Like the newest fighting game.
The netcode and GGPO and rollback.
Yes,
that's a whole nother
can of worms. But you know what's crazy? The newest fighting game I fucking bought is Grand Blue Versus, and I shit you not, fucking am enjoying that game. But as soon as I hopped online for PS4, I dropped that shit and I said, I can't. Dude, I'm done. And then I played Resident Evil Resistance.
Though. They have rollback.
No, it does not.
It does because I was reading wasn't that going to be at Evo this year before they canceled it because the Homeboy was disgusting and like a pedophile.
Yeah, but that game did not have rollback. That had delay base.
I know that Pony Fighter does.
Yes, that has rollback, but it's not for me. That Pony game's not for me. I still have Skullgirls, but I'm not really a huge fan of the 3v3.
Like 6 years old now. Like, come on.
Yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of the 3v3 unless like I really like the characters. And
unless it's like Dragon Ball.
Or like King of Fighters, but that's technically 1v1 but with 3 characters, but
yeah, exactly. Team Fighters, whatever. Yeah.
So like for me, it's like extremely frustrating, and it's like I hate Capcom for what they do in it, but I'm also playing like Resident Evil Resistance, which is a Capcom game, and it's like it scratches my itch, but like I still miss what I'm doing, and it frustrates me because like Tedator's right, like there are people that will just continue to support it, and they know that these companies keep doing the same shit. Like people are now super excited, like yo Capcom, when is Street Fighter 6? And I'm like, Street Fighter what, bitch? Like, you look at 5, this horrible piece of fucking garbage, and you want the clamor for 6? The first thing, if you were, look, if we're going to ask for that, the first thing that come out of their mouth shouldn't even be fucking characters. It should be GGPO or rollback netcode. Those are the only things that should be the first thing that comes out of Capcom. That should be the first thing that comes out of SNK.
That has to happen now.
That should be the first thing that comes out of anybody's.
Period. And again, here you go, Doc. I'm gonna circle back. Do you think a $70 price point will help them develop a better netcode?
No, because it's Pride.
No,
it's Pride. I can tell you that right now. It's the same fucking shit that happened with Final Fantasy 14 when that first came out. And like the people in charge were just like, oh, we have this mentality and we wanted to do it this way, and then they ended up doing that way, like basically like 11, and it was completely not like 11.
But Final Fantasy 14 is like the biggest thing ever right now, by the way.
Exactly, because
they fixed it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the cliff notes. I could go into a whole detail about that, but don't get me started. Go ahead, the Doc.
And you know what? And it starts in end of the month, free to play.
Yes, Doc. If you want to go in now, because I'll get heated about the 14 discussion because of like how that fucking shit started off and everything.
Doc, do you have any topics to bring up right
now?
Yeah,
you got any topics?
What's going on in your game life right now?
Well, I was gonna feed off of what you guys.
Well, here, can I t-ball you up or softball you up one?
Sure.
Talk to us about current, slightly future, like near future, and then long-term future of the life of a video game collector.
Oh dear Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because so what I'm talking about, frame it in the sense of, yo, obviously it's hard to collect and explain like the eBay and online if you want to buy something. And then, in the next 6 months when COVID's still a thing, and then is this going to affect your long-term collecting goals? Has it like ruined your collecting life?
That's actually a good discussion. I'm curious on that.
Well, currently, wow. Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been wondering that.
Wow, that's a crazy one. Well, obviously, it is, and I can go many different ways with it. I'll kind of do a lead up, as you guys know. You guys know I love to do a lead up. Basically, how I collect, garage sales, flea markets are like my bread and butter. So obviously, with everything that's been going on, they've been non-existent. So I haven't been collecting as much as I usually do, and I've been resorting to online, eBay, claim sales, and all that good stuff. But prices have been through the roof. Obviously, you guys have probably seen it with Switch consoles being sold out everywhere.
Yes.
And scalping and all that lovely stuff.
Being garbage. You see those Animal Crossing ones? Oh my god.
Oh,
you know what? I respect the hustle. I don't care what y'all say. I respect the damn hustle. I get it. Milk the system.
I mean, I do too, but like, come on, man! Like, dude, they were selling for like $800 a piece, dude.
Man, look, like, if people, I don't know why people like Animal Crossing, but if people are willing to do that shit, I'd be like, man, if I could, I would do it too.
Buying something, holding on to it,
yes,
waiting for the price to increase,
right, yes,
but not artificially creating a shortage when somebody else could benefit from it right now. Like if I don't know, PlayStation puts out a game and somebody notices that it's a smaller print run, and maybe in a few years this will like go up in value, and you buy 1 or 2 copies, you play one, and you hold one.
That's fine.
That's fine, but
like, not right when there's a shortage. You get 5 of them, and you're like, "Yo, everybody, let me flip these."
Like with the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, everybody.
Oh yeah, that was a bitch.
yeah, right. And toilet paper.
Yeah, like what the?
I digress.
Yeah, that's so true.
I digress.
But anyway, so how is that going to affect your short-term collecting? And then has it like dampened your love life for a long-term collection?
It has put a lot of things into perspective. I have, for the very first time this year, I've actually been paring down my collection.
Yeah, I see. Your game sales are like weekly now.
Yeah, I kind of go through the stuff on my shelf. Sorry?
Is it dupes or everything?
No, just dupes. Well, some of the stuff, like I went through my. Stuff. Yeah, well, it all started with the Dreamcast stuff. I kind of went through it when I picked up this massive lot of 200-300 games, and I'm like, will I actually play any of these? So I kind of pared it down. Even my own collection that I had before, I'm like, okay, let me pare it down. I had about 30-40 Dreamcast games in my own collection. I'm like, okay, I pared it down to about 10 that I knew that I would actually play. So I mean, it's harder to find things, and this stuff takes up space. This stuff, it takes up a lot of space, and I've been paring stuff down. It's harder to find stuff. Stuff is much more expensive when let's say around April, May, I would say prices on average had gone up at about 20%. 20%. So short term, I haven't really been collecting. I've been very, very picky. I've probably added less than 20 games to my collection this year. Whereas last year, I probably added about 300 games to my collection.
I remember you buying so much all the time.
300 fucking games, bro. Damn.
Yeah, 300 games.
He's a game collector. I mean,
and I would literally add anything that I didn't already have in the collection. Like if whether or not I would play it, if I didn't have it, it automatically went into the collection. So I've been a lot more selective this year.
Okay.
Not being able to go out and hunt actively, but long term, I'm probably going to stick with it. I've been able to enjoy a lot more of my collection. I've been able to enjoy a lot more of my collection this year. Actually, play through the backlog. But yeah.
I mean that's good. I don't know. It seems to me like it could like put a big damper on like the future of being a collector. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I feel like that's just all
Absolutely.
dependent on fucking COVID. Like if people can get
It
their shit
is.
together and we can get a fucking cure, and I'm pretty sure Doc can go back. Because I was actually about to start doing what Doc was doing, to be honest.
Collect. I mean, you have a fat PS4 collection, don't you?
No, I have a
Do you
fat
really?
PS3 and PS2 collection. That's what I have.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
I have like my PS4 collection is so fucking small. I just put it in like my small dresser drawer.
Well, but you have at least like 30 or 40 though, right?
No, that's PS2.
Okay. But your PS3 collection. Yeah, I had a bunch, but I just sell and give a lot of my shit away at this point. I'm like, and if I want to get it, I'll buy it again. I'm like,
stingy.
okay.
I keep all my shit. I think I still
Yeah.
have my Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and Birth by Sleep copies. So, like that's just how like stingy I am.
It's Waffles. It's called GGPO net. It's called netcode. Netcode is how online players play. So I'm going to interrupt this with
no,
this
go ahead
question.
because
And then
I was actually about to
Yeah.
explain it myself, but
yeah, and then that's it. And then I'll let Fusa elaborate on that because he plays fighting games. But then, so netcode is the code of how the players interact over the internet and how the game handles the packets and how the game handles the online play. And so GGPO is right now considered the gold standard and the best, but it takes a lot to implement, and you have to do it from the ground up when you build a game, and it's a little bit
Yes.
expensive, and a lot of teams won't do it. And if you do have it, it's great. And then another thing is called rollback, where it's kind of a simulated algorithm where it rolls back the fight or rolls back the moves and frames that kind of makes them almost an asymmetric fighting game, and then it has an algorithm to calculate what the action would be. So like even if there's a lag, like a 0.2 second lag, it simulates what the other frame would be, and then it calculates what the outcome would be, and it puts that out.
So what's interesting, Waffles fan, is we actually saw that yesterday when I was streaming Resident Evil Resistance. When you remember, I walked into a room and I was literally moving about, but everybody else was still frozen and things were still getting into place. Yeah, and then it rewinded back to like actually me getting grabbed when it was like I thought I dodged that action. So it was like me catching up to that person's connection. So it's like whoever, like yeah. So it's like pretty much the person who's the person that's like going back is the one that has to catch up on the frame. So like I feel like Resistance has that, but I'm not too sure because it does not feel like delay based. It feels like
rollback is not that egregious in fighting it. It's only a couple frames. There's an algorithm. I think it's maybe max 3 frames. I think that's the max.
But those 3 frames really makes a difference.
Yeah, in a fighting game, yes. But I'm saying in a fighting game, you
yeah.
couldn't have like a 2-second rollback. It doesn't work. But it's a few frames. But that actually makes a significant difference when you're calculating fighting combos, blocks, parries. Like whatever, chip damage, anything. When it's calculating that stuff,
like it all adds up. Like if you really want like a really good example, you could look at Killer Instinct for the Xbox.
Okay,
and that is the game. I shit you not. That is the one thing that makes me regret not buying an Xbox versus a PlayStation. Like I could have tried that game, and I feel like if I had played that game, like I would have been like, you know what, fuck all you guys, I got this.
Oh god, do you remember that as a kid, Fusa? The OG Killer Instinct on Genesis.
Oh man, that broken ass piece of. You know what? I hope they bring back as a fighting game, Clay Fighters. They need to bring back Clay Fighters as a fighting game.
I played on 64. That was garbage, but hey, whatever. It was fun.
Clay Fighters was
Oh
fun.
my gosh, Clay Fighter Sculptor Scut.
It was garbage. But it was fun to play with friends. It's a
Going
bad
for
game.
$800 now. Loose card, $800.
Well, yeah.
Seriously?
Well, it's very rare, but like it's a cult classic now. It's a fan. Like at the time we played it, we're like this is kind of goofy and fun, but like it's a bad game. Like let's be real.
But so were all the Mortal Kombats, man. You have fucking Infinites with like Jax and
MK2. Get out of here. MK2 was one of the greatest games of all time.
Yo, that game was broken as fuck. There were Infinites for days in that game. Like there were like MVC2 Infinites. Like, bruh, like if I were to pick up, like there's a few characters I could actually pick up MK2. You give me like let me look up a YouTube tutorial. Give me like 25 minutes of practicing, and I will fucking hit you with an Infinite and MK2 to the point.
1993, bro. Okay. This is 1993.
I understand this is 1993, but at that same time, you also had Street Fighter, but that game had some fucked up shit. Pretty much
was good. It was good. No, it wasn't no Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Let's be real.
Well, Turbo was the better of the fucked up version of the game. That's what's so beautiful. But you know what? I always say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. The best video games to play are the ones that are the broken pieces of shit that frustrate you. Because that means you fucking care.
Well, let's get into innovative. Like, Mortal Kombat changed video games. The blood, the violence, using the FMV, the JPEGs of actual videos to like make characters, just the way it looked, like that, it changed video games. So like, it was like because the reason I do that, that's freaking I don't know, it was great. I don't know.
Moral of the story is, Waffles fan, is I feel like fighting games should easily have this. You don't have this problem anywhere else. You don't have this problem in fucking shooters, RTSs, like not even battle royales. But the fighting games, for some ridiculous, dumbass reason, besides U.S. based companies, have this hard time of like, maybe we should use this thing for our people to play online against each other. So, and it's really just the Japanese developers, because they've actually said that they wanted to create their own netcode in order for them to sell. It's literally a Final Fantasy 14 situation with like, they wanted to create something, and then when they created it, they want to try to sell it and try to market it off and try to make extra money. It's pretty much they want to make something while doing nothing, but that's the problem. And they barely have an understanding of it, and it's just like, you're trying to make money from something you barely understand. So, all right, Ted, what's your topic, man?
My topic was kind of the hold on. Whoa.
Yo, he switched over to Shane song. Oh, okay, I see what he's trying to do.
My topic was the Microsoft press conference yesterday. But we
Halo
really
Infinite, that's it. Infinite.
Fatality. Tell me by the way I see that.
Nah, that's cool. People could see it.
It was infinitely better than the Sony one.
Yeah, actually, because most of the games that
I could disagree with that. I think they were pretty good. I think they're both pretty good. I think they were good. I think it was better than that garbage EA one we saw.
Don't get me started on the EA.
That was in a category of its own.
That was.
You know what was a good conference that most people have not been talking about? The Games Fest, where they introduced the new indie games coming out, because there's actually a few indie games.
I remember, I sent you the link to that. Remember? Yeah, it was really good.
Like I think I got a few bookmarked.
With Nightly, that was good.
Because that happened earlier this week. What was it? But there's a few games that I like from what I saw. Like I like Katana Zero, Touche, Until the End. And then there's like this one from Girls Make Games that kind of looks like Limbo. So,
all right,
like man. All
right, so let's chat about the Xbox real quick showcase, and then
we'll wrap it up. Yo, man, the Xbox showcase was butt ass.
Did you guys see that video I put, or the link I put in our Discord chat?
Yeah.
Is it just me, or did that video look like shit? And I was like, that was funny. Did you see it, Fusa?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it yet.
Oh, so go open our Discord chat. It was just I can't remember who was it. It was in. Let me see. I'll drop it back in there. It was right there. It says it was from a Eurogamer, and it says here. I'm gonna put it back in there. Whoops.
All right, sorry. I'm gonna mess up the screen because I'm gonna pull this up.
It says the title is "We should talk about how Halo Infinite looks." It's okay. It's just me, but I don't think Halo Infinite looks fantastic. Yeah, it was like that close up of that villain. I think all of us were like, "Ugh."
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Cool. So it was funny because it just echoed what we were talking about. But he did mention that it was it looked like a good smooth Halo gameplay. It looked great. Like the gameplay looked smooth. It looks like Halo as Halo, but it like
but
like
the next gens look
away as far as graphically being like. It's like Doc was like, yeah, I like the textures better on other games. This is not. We were both like, ugh.
I'll be honest with you. It's not a battle royale. It's not Dark Souls, and it's not a Call of Duty clone. I'll take it. Yeah. The end. It can have Xbox graphics.
I'm not mad at it. Which is, I think Doc and I were both just like looking at it like, okay. I mean, it looks the 60 frames per second and the way it ran looked great. It looked so smooth. It looked so clean. It looked like it felt so good. But like, as far as like graphically being amazing. It looked like a really good ass graphical game. It basically looked like a PS4 Pro game or like an Xbox One X game.
Yeah, it looks
Exactly.
like
I
it
was just
should
gonna
have
say,
been on
it
One X.
looked like-
running a smooth 60, like running better than they would run on them, but looking the same.
It didn't look like anything that couldn't be
Next gen,
played or
Graphically,
run.
but
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
it would
exactly.
run that way. I don't think it would run.
No,
as
but
well.
I mean, like,
yeah,
like,
you're right.
yeah,
The
graphically.
texture, man. I think
Like
graphically,
aesthetically, it just
yeah, it was just we were like, okay, and I guess that's kind of cool.
like that's not gonna sell me on a new console. Like not that game graphically, it's not gonna sell me on a new
But
console.
that's gonna sell a lot of people because it's a new Halo, and it
Sure,
looked
for
it
sure.
looks like it
So me.
played great. You know what I mean?
Game Pass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
and now that sells the
No.
Game Pass to me because I was like, you know what? I would definitely buy Game Pass to try
And
this.
that was
and
my
if I
next
like
thing.
it,
That was my next thing. Exactly. My next point with that was, so Halo Infinite was that's announced. Finally, we got to see what it looks like. And the second thing was that most of the games that they showed and announced are freaking coming to Game Pass, which makes the at $60 a year investment so worth it because they're first party games. All the games coming out, they're free on the service day and date, which is like.
and it'll
is
be at like the
awesome.
highest quality. So like you'll probably have all the DLC attachments and stuff like that because it's the same thing that happened with Gears of War. Like when the new Gears of War came out, they said if you had the Game Pass, you were able to get like the super ultimate whatever bullshit edition with it. So like that's just crazy to me that Xbox has this service, and if you get this
Even if it's
service,
regular
you
version,
can chill. But the whole point is you get you get to try the games. Like this is the blockbuster pass over here.
No,
There-
no,
this
you don't
is
get to
still-
try them. You get to play them.
No.
It's not demos.
Let me
These are full-ass games.
Let me rephrase the try. When I said try like the Blockbusters Game Pass, meaning like I get this game, I get to keep it as long as I want, as long as I pay the subscription, and if I want to get something else or play something else, I can. That's why I'm comparing this. So let me rephrase that.
Amazing.
I'm not saying try it. I get to play the full game, and I can come back to it whenever I want. But that's what really makes the Game Pass so beautiful is the fact that I could try now that these new gen consoles are coming out for the Xbox. I could try whatever the fuck I want, and if I don't like it, I can just try something else, and then I can try something else.
And that's what I'm super happy about too, is because I'm gonna hope you don't mind the correction. A lot of the games you only get the base version. Some of them and some of them you'll get them, but a lot of them they still have like buy DLC, buy this for it. You know, some of it will have that in there because.
Yes.
Right, not just that. It's just like, hey, like you want the expansion or you want the extra stuff, later along the lines. But the point of that is like, there are tons of games out there that I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I don't want to spend $30 now. I don't want to spend $60 now. I don't want to do it, but I would like, oh, that looks kind of cool. But I don't want to spend that. But if I'm paying with Game Pass, I'm looking at these lists of games. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna install that. Why not? Like, click. Like I played Talos Principle the other day. I've always wanted to play that game, but I couldn't justify spending $40 on it. And I played through it, and it was freaking phenomenal. I was like, dude, this game is ridiculous.
Oh, wait, it's on Game Pass?
Yeah, I played it on Game Pass, man.
Look at that.
Well,
Even Doc Shock. See, that's
Well,
that's why I
Yeah, that's
say
what I'm
like,
saying.
but that's why I'm starting to feel like, and that's why I said like, you know what? Even though Xbox console looks like a giant fucking refrigerator or like a mini walk-in closet that you can just put your clothes in, I'll be honest with you. I'm interested in that fucking walk-in closet because of the fact that I could literally try these games, and if I really love them and I got them playing, I can actually go ahead and buy them, and then I can actually physically own it.
Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
that is already a huge sale for me. So I'm looking at Sony right now, and I'm like, bruh, you better be offering some fucking games on release. Because right now, I can just get this fucking Xbox Series X, or get an Xbox, One X, and just get the Game Pass and just wait.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I only have the PC version. It's only $5 a month, bro. But the Xbox with the other version, you'll have to pay $15 a month.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's $15.99.
I'll do 15 a
That's
month.
still worth it.
That's what I pay.
That's still worth it, dude. I would pay that as well. Like from the amount I'm getting, it's bro. There are 212 games on it right now, dude. And they've only taken like 3 off every once in a while. Like it's just I can't even like. It's amazing.
And what's nice about it, like let's say you go on vacation for a month and you won't be playing for that month. You just cancel your subscription for 1 month. It's $15, or $5 or whatever. Like
exactly.
It's
yeah, and then your games are right back there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful. And like for me, like I've been paying for it since October because that's when Outer Worlds, and that's what got me in. I wanted to play Outer Worlds, right? And I was like, dude, I'll pay $5 for Outer Worlds. Right. And then I'm like, okay, so I did that. So like, even if I would have bought Outer Worlds for like, I think it was $40 at release, like divide that by the last 7 months. It's there you go, like 35. I've still saved on it. You know what I mean? Like, cool. I beat Outer Worlds, loved it, and I played probably 12 games on it since. And like Age of Empires, a game that I love, is on there that I play every day. Like, it's such a good value. It's just so good, and the fact that a lot of these are coming is good, and so I'm just happy about that.
And then like at least 6 games are coming out on release, from what I
on release, yeah, exactly.
So,
and that's the thing too about I have a big list here about the one thing that I like the games of the Sony conference a little bit better. I like the idea of them a little better, but what I like about the Xbox is these games are coming within the next year, like either end of this year or early next year. Like, not like, 2021, 2022, sometime, which means holiday next year or, whatever. Yeah, these games are coming like between April, like next year, and like this October. Like, these all games are hitting. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, okay.
And that's pretty much the same time frame that, quote unquote, most of these PlayStation games are going to be coming out.
No.
Well, at least one or two
coming out 2021, 2022.
No, like, at least one or two. At least one or two.
Late 2021, late 2022. These games for Microsoft are coming from this coming up October until early 2021.
No, but
so
there are at least, I believe, there's 2 games from the PlayStation that they have shown.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. There are 2. I said,
but I will acknowledge the 2.
Yeah, most of the games. My point is that a majority of these Xbox games are coming out right now, like within the next 6 months, which is awesome. Versus PlayStation, which is a year to 2 years out, which I was like, oh, even though I like the PlayStation game lineup a little bit better, I was like, the fact that these are coming out a lot quicker, I was like, oh, okay, damn. Like, I was really surprised that, it's coming in fall, coming, spring 21. Like, I was like, shit, okay, cool. Obviously Fable's not coming out until 2022. We know that.
But that's fine. Like, that's what half of the PlayStation games are coming out in 2022.
Yeah, Fable, that's kind of, but still, like, Senua's Hellblade, we saw that earlier. That's coming out quick. Avowed was a game that looked kind of cool. Like, it was just interesting, Forza with the motorsport. I think that's right up Doc's alley right there. Like, that could be really cool, Doc, to do like I have an idea. We'll bring that up later. I think what we should do, you and I, is do a because I want to learn more about motorsports and like the F1 type stuff. Is what we should do is F1. Do the simulated and then cast like the race and watch them and like cast the race and like, okay, everybody, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. While you teach me the race and explain it, well, we just do cast the race. Oh, like the number 1 car is, and it's like watch a race and just like do that kind of stuff. It'd be really fun.
I want because
simulations.
I want
anyway,
driver.
What?
I want driver. That's all I want.
Right.
State
of Decay 3. That's you, Fusa. There you go. State of Decay. Did you ever play the other State of Decays?
It's all right, man. It feels
they're on Game Pass.
Just feels like Dead Rising on motorcycles.
No. I think no, not State of Decay.
No, it sounds like Dying. No, it feels like Dying Light on motorcycles.
Yeah. No, but no. State of Decay is not the motorcycle one. That's the other one. State of Decay is the one where you have your survivor camp and you build your base and you run out. And no, you're thinking of a different one.
Yeah, I know, but it's like that with motorcycles. And Dying Light with motorcycles. And Dead Rising with motorcycles. I love how I freaking is. I'm fucking up his head. He's like, really? I don't know. He's
I think, bro, you're thinking of Days Gone.
Yeah, but it's like Days Gone with the motorcycle.
No, it's not. But there's no motorcycle State of Decay. That's the thing. It's a base building, like crafting, like survival game where you have a base where you have to run out and kill survivors, and like it's not. There's no motorcycle. You're thinking of Days Gone as a motorcycle game. That's what you're thinking of. Yeah, State of Decay is like a zombie survival game.
Well, can you blame me? Like, how many fucking zombie games are there, man? And they're like, and none of them connect anymore, okay? Give me a break. I'm waiting for Left 4 Dead, okay? I'm waiting for Left 4 Dead.
3? Yeah.
Or no, I'm waiting for Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood, all right? Give me a break. State of Decay, do something new.
Did you see the game Medium? I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, did you see? I don't remember seeing that one and looking at this. The Gunk, that looks interesting.
The Gunk just reminds me of Super Mario Sunshine with Kirby.
Yeah. So. Tetris Effect Connected. Stalker 2, I was really looking forward to that. That looks kind of cool. First Stalker game was rad. The Destiny 2 expansion, that's kind of cool. Psychonauts 2, it was going to be fun. I'll probably play that. I didn't see As Dusk Falls. Did you guys see that one?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that one.
30-year period in American Southwest as a focus on family and sacrifice. It looks like, yeah. That's that one story-based game.
Yeah, story-based.
It's an interactive drama. Okay, that looks kind of cool.
That sounds like Red Dead Redemption with motorcycles. So
Now, honestly, like if it wasn't so Fortnite-y, that Grounded sounds awesome to be like tiny in like a world, like running around, like Honey I Shrunk the Kids sounds really fun.
It's
I
like
would
A Bug's Life meets Honey I Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kids.
If it was like a story-based game or like an open world game, I think it was great instead of like a MOBA
Battle
like
Royale.
thing. Yeah, Battle Royale.
I'm
The
telling you,
Outer
it's a
Worlds
fucking Battle
DLC sounds sick. I will play the hell out of that, and that's coming next month.
Yo, here's the real thing we need to talk about, folks. Star Wars Squadrons. We need to talk about that shit. EA playing.
I haven't seen enough of it.
Yeah.
EA playing games. They ain't saying nothing, but I'll wait.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got. So
moral of the story is, folks,
20-something.
Xbox is better than PlayStation. I have no loyalties. I'm willing to jump fucking ship. Fuck fanboys. Fuck the loyalty. You know, fuck all that shit. I'm willing to switch sides anytime. You got the games. I'm on your team.
Yep. I've always been a PlayStation guy. I've never owned an Xbox console like that I've bought. I'm not opposed to it, but right now there's
you'll
no
enjoy it. You know what? You'll
that's
enjoy
drawing me to it because I have a PC and Xbox is doubling down on the PC stuff. So I will play Xbox properties, but I don't need an Xbox to do the other stuff because I have the Game Pack. So I'm in their ecosystem already. But as far as boxes go, having a PC and a PS5 is kind of the way to go, I think, at this time until the exclusives drop.
No, this is what you do, guys. You go, you buy an Xbox One X, you keep your PS4, you get a decent PC, you line them bitches up, and you just like hop on whichever one you want. I do that. I do that with my 360 and PS3. I do that with my Xbox, my PS2. I do that with my fucking N64 and my fucking Dreamcast.
N64 represent.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All I'm going to say is this, man. Fuck loyalty, all right? I was loyal to Sega and they died. Fuck loyalty. Go support the fuckers that got the games. Right now, Microsoft got the games with the Game Pass. I'm even interested, and I didn't even give two fucks about Microsoft.
Need that.
Look, man, just jump ship. Fuck that. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Look at that shit. Just man, fuck loyalty. That's all I gotta say. Fuck.
New Tony Hawk.
I'm not buying
New Skate coming, bro.
Fuck Skate, because Skate's gonna be on multiple consoles and it'll be on PC. Fuck loyalty in this industry. Fuck it. Huh? Yeah. It don't matter. Fuck loyalty. Fuck loyalty.
I'm not buying any boxes.
Yo, you got a box, bro. It's called fucking Switch.
No, but no new boxes.
Bro, you're going to buy a new box if Nintendo releases a new box.
Oh,
right?
Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What did I just say? Fuck loyalty. NintenDoc. You got to change your name.
You're loyal to Nintendo, you see?
Yeah, I know. Fuck loyalty, NintenDoc. You got to, just fuck loyalty.
They make what I like. It's not loyal to Nintendo. It's because they make what I like.
Exactly. I like the PS4 third person action games exclusive. I like them, and then I like all the Xbox properties but I play them on PC, so I don't need an Xbox for that. So I'm good with the PS5 and my PC.
Okay, but Tedator, let me ask you a question. Do you have Windows or Linux?
Windows.
Fuck loyalty, Tedator. You got a Microsoft product and you're playing Microsoft products. Fuck loyalty. Do what I'm doing. Fuck.
What are you saying?
You have Windows and you're playing.
I have Xbox Game Pass.
Right.
I have all their games. I like their games. I don't need to play them on their
But
box
you do have Windows 10 installed on your PC, right?
Yes, but my
point
is
fuck loyalty. Fuck it. Fuck loyalty. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck loyalty. You could do Linux. Why not get Linux and then fucking get the Games Pass on your Linux device? Fuck loyalty, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Fuck loyalty.
Linux
though?
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be loyalty to Linux though?
No. Hey, everybody, fuck loyalty. Don't watch the stream anymore. Don't
Whoa,
listen to the podcast.
Hold on. No. Be loyal to me. No. Be loyal to me. Be loyal to this podcast. Be loyal to this channel. Be loyal to us and follow and commentate. Be loyal to Tedator. Support his content. Be loyal to NintenDoc. Support his content. But everyone else, fuck loyalty. Be loyal to us. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screw the man.
Yes. Yo, don't even be loyal to Disney. Fuck Disney.
Hey, Doc, I think the moral of the story today is vote with your wallet
and fuck loyalty.
Fuck loyalty.
The moral of the story is be kind, wear a mask, so we can have some resemblance of normal again.
Yeah. How about that?
I 100% agree with that. All right.
Be kind to one another.
Okay, you're asking for too much, buddy. Let's just stick with 2 for today, and then we'll stick with 2, and then let's see if we could add the mask and the be respectful to other people.
You get a sticker for that, Doc. I have a little sticker for you. Here, you get a sticker.
I get a sticker. Yay! Yay!
Yo, I didn't even use any of the fucking sound bites. Why did I even plug this thing in if we were just gonna talk shit for like this amount of time?
Yeah,
It works.
All right, folks, it's that time of the show where we got to say goodbye. But before we do, you already know what time it is. It's time for shameless plugins. For a lot of you new fuckers, shameless plugins is basically where we just promote our shit during this time. So
I did earlier in our chat with the Doc, so I'm good.
Sorry?
He said this is where we promote our shit. I said I did that with the Doc in our.
Yeah, I know you heard.
did.
Yeah, okay. Let me rephrase that. You promote your content. Not literal. Yo, these 2 motherfuckers end up talking about shit for like
40 minutes. That's
yeah.
Fine. Well, don't worry about it.
No problem. All right, so promote your content, bro.
Find me there.
What the fuck is that?
Tedator,
Yo, you gotta say it for the audio people.
No,
we're recording the podcast too.
Okay, I know. I was just doing it for the video, and then for the audio, streaming every day. Monday through Friday, Saturday usually later, but Monday through Friday like 4:30 to 8:30 or 9. Just streaming, hanging out, playing games. I do podcast stuff, but I don't really care at this time to do so because I'm busy. But right now, just streaming, hanging out. Twitch.tv/Tedator. I will always join Fusa's stuff whenever he has me. Good stuff. I appreciate you having me on today, man.
I appreciate you coming on, man. You broke the computer to come and chat with me.
Sorry we had to win.
I don't know why I'm accidentally pressing this. That's NintenDoc. Come on, go ahead, man.
I am the NintenDoc. I am your resident hoarder, collector, and lawyer. You can find me pretty much anywhere online at the NintenDoc. New to Twitch, I am streaming mostly retro stuff, battling through my backlog one day at a time, or one stream at a time. But yeah. Anywhere online.
Go check his Instagram. It's cool. He has cool pictures.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you, Fusa, for having me as well. Always a pleasure chatting with you both. It's always it's always good times and good conversation. So thank you very much.
You know, we're probably gonna do this. I don't know. I was gonna ask you next week, but we'll have that discussion a little bit later.
Forget something. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so the Chronicles of Gamers, the Chronicles of Gamers. The Chronicles of Gamers. Okay. We are on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, fuck Acast. I'm going to keep saying that because they always deny me. So I feel like that'll just be my catchphrase, just fuck Acast. Hopefully we'll be on Spotify.
Actually, I think your catchphrase is just fuck and then put insert noun afterwards.
You know what? I do say that a lot, right? It's either holy fucking insert noun or fuck insert noun.
Yeah.
Damn, I should make a t-shirt. Just say fuck insert.
Yep, exactly. Little brackets.
But yeah, then of course you can follow us on Twitch for you audio people that are listening and you missed the fucking stream. Twitch.tv, the Chronicles of Gamers. I know some of you fuckers on Facebook are watching me. You can follow the Twitch. Or you can just continue liking the Facebook page. We have a Facebook page. Just fucking Google us, man. Like seriously, like where's the 3-person webcam? I'm just gonna show. Like for the audio people, you can do it at home. Here, I just want to show this real quick. So here you go, the Chronicles. There you go. Look at that. Bam! I Googled myself. Look at that. Oh, it's all here.
Dude, that's a nice little setup you got there.
Look at that. Do you see this?
Wow, I'm liking that layout.
Yo,
bro.
I do amazing SEO.
You're supporting Google?
No.
Supporting Google.
Whoa. Supporting Google. Why don't you use Bing?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You're right. What am I doing?
You get your Bing points.
Yo, let's use Google to find Bing. I love
Search
using
engine inception.
Yo, look at that. Oh, okay. The SEO.
I like that layout that you did. Was it? You're capturing our video from Discord? Yeah.
Yep. All right. I don't know what the fuck this is.
But... You're doing that. That's really nice. You can capture each one individually. Are you doing a screen capture? How are you doing that? We'll talk offline.
Okay, we'll talk.
All right. We're ending the show now. We're still recording. So yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, there you go. Google us or Bing us. I don't know. Follow whichever fucking format. You can ask Jeeves. It's the same as Googling, but
web crawler.
Jeeves still alive and kicking.
The web crawler.
Yeah, Ask Jeeves is still alive.
Dang.
So yo, if you guys don't believe me on Ask Jeeves, all right, here you go. Ask Jeeves. Bam. There you go. There he is. Ask Jeeves. He got demoted. But yeah. All right, that's pretty much it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. We should be on next week, probably around 12 or 12:30. Yeah, man. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raid Gamer Composer, who is actually online. He's looking fabulous. So let me figure out how the fuck to do this raid thing.
Raid Gamer Composer.
I knew that. I was testing.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all watching. Just in case you missed it, you can watch the clip here on Twitch, or you can wait until it comes out on YouTube and wait until it comes out on SoundCloud. Until then, follow the Twitter, all the other shit. We're out of here. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever the fuck ever. We're out of here. Stay lit.